EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the Pacific Northwest, the home of the 12s, and they are in full roar as you get a look inside Lumen Field in Seattle. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store, as it'll be the Carolina Panthers taking on the Seattle Seahawks. What twists and turns will January have in store for us? The NFL playoffs are officially underway. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he is met in his... tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
A shotgun snap, Fields. And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Back to throw. Fields. That is caught. McMillan with it. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
They snap it to Fields. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards. To throw is Fields. Throw left side complete. That's Horton. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
That next teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
23 yards, the final tally.
Here we go, Scott. Press.
They'll run with Hall. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Excellent effort defensively by him. 2 tackles for a loss last week, now 1 here in the 1st quarter.
He's an absolute disruptor, isn't he? And I think most offenses would love to go against guys who just want to hold the point of attack and try and keep things clean for their linebackers. But when they make those moves and they can get upfield, past the offensive line into the backfield, that's hard to handle.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Let's go. Here we go. 551, 551, 12, go.
Fields now to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal. Now to try the field goal, here's Daniel Carlson. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Carlson able to put this one through. Not the touchdown they wanted, but hey, you're on the road in the playoffs. They did get 3 on the board.
Yeah, it's a good opening drive, so you feel good about it yourself. You get to the sidelines, the defense feels good about you helping them right out of the gate. The team, yeah, they feel pretty good about coming in the playoffs and getting points on the board right away.
Football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Richardson looking to throw this. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. There he goes, right side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Jamison Williams, 72 yards. And the Seahawks are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. They also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
But in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done. Well, if you have man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fielded at the 20. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Let's go.
Richardson out of the shotgun. Got his man, it's Williams. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here. as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Got it. Ready? 19 Lion. Get it.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Rotates Williams along the sideline. Pass is complete. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Panther 11.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Richardson. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a 1st down, too.
19 tight. 19 tight. 79 Broncos. Go.
And Richardson looks to throw once more. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Kenneth Walker from 21 yards away. And his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. The defense, they brought the house. That O-line, they were overwhelmed.
To put it mildly, because they didn't have enough bodies to block all the guys that came at them. Their best move, how they would have been better served, just turn around and yell, "Look out!" Because here they come.
Now it's Fields. This is caught by McMillan. It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one. The Panthers on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time it's 3rd and 3. Fields. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he makes it all the way down to the 13-yard line. A big play there for Carolina. 45 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Fields. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Jaden Reed, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Panthers have got it back to within a score.
Partner, remember that old film of Peyton Manning going through the route tree with his great receivers in Indianapolis? I think we're seeing the results of the same type of work here today. These guys know each other so well, they don't even have to call the play. They can just look each other and know the route is going to be run, and usually the connection is perfect.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that third consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
Cup 19, Cup 19.
Now Richardson. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 15 more yards there, and quickly another first down.
Dragon 60. 70. 70 Lions. 65 Cats. 65.
Richardson looking to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Again, it's Richardson. Throw out wide to Walker. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run. It's Kenneth Walker. Down he goes at the 23. A pickup of 4. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Second down and 6 now. Richardson completes a quick one out wide. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 12-yard line. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
70 Lions. 76.
Now it's Richardson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to bring up second down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Here we go.
Richardson working from the gun. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Let's go now. 7 Pirates. Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Buffalo 18. 60 Mavericks. 60 Mavericks.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll try and do this himself. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the 2 teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least 1 practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
He will find his big tight end over the middle. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 26 big yards on that one. It's another first down. Here's Fields. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hall. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal. Again, Fields. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them at the end zone as the first half winds down.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
All right, Captain, let's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodge 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
Easy. Hey, 551. Go.
Now Fields on 3rd and goal. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open just a split second too late on the release. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take, punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this. Here's Richardson to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's in for the touchdown. The final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the 3rd quarter?
An extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think the key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work to run it a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line.
Hawks 70, Hawks 70 Rangers, 70, go!
Now Richardson back to throw it. Now he'll tuck this and run. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Brandon, I think he's just grateful to get back to the line of scrimmage and avoid not just losing yardage, but a big hit on that play as well. That defense closed on him quick and forced a quick surrender out of bounds.
3rd down and 10.
Trap 60, trap 60. 60 Bobcats, 7 Pirates.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Over the middle, he finds Arroyo. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33.
It's fourth down.
Going for it on fourth. Here's Richardson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. Back to throw. Fields. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Nicky Manwari. And the Seahawks are going to get the football back at their own 17. Looking to put a drive together.
19. Let's go.
Back to throw now on first down. He's going to take another shot here. And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play there for Seattle. 56 yards.
Boy, this has just been an offensive clinic. It's seemingly been one big play after another, and add this one on to the list. When you can bite out more than half the field on one play, things are definitely working in your favor.
Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Second down and a little more than a yard here.
Second and a yard at the Panthers' 17-yard line.
Richardson looking to throw this. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Good play and a well-timed run from Richardson to pick up the first.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
So 3 plays, already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Ken Walker with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up first and 10 at their 35-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hall. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Working to put a drive together.
And the Panthers first down.
Fields now to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Reed. Down the sideline he goes. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. On first and 10, it's Hall. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. They give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a second and goal.
Here we go.
Here's Fields. Touchdown! Jaden Reed, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Panthers are able to cut into that deficit. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself, no reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2, they don't get it. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
23-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Their last time out, looking to repeat that. Charles' defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up the first down.
And showcasing those strong legs on that run, getting through one tackle. Now she winds up getting 8 there. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 2. Back to throw. Richardson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A gain there of 21 yards. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 down at the 33.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Looking to throw. Richardson. That's taken in by Arroyo. That'll give him 8 that time. And they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. 1 quarter remains in this NFC wildcard matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 25, here's 2nd and a couple.
Cowboy 80.
Richardson. He completes this to Walker. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
That's another Seahawks first down.
Panther Street. Panther Street.
First and
Let's
10
go now.
at the 18-yard line.
Street. Street.
A gear for Walker running right. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
Ready. Liking 18. Hurt. Hurt. Right there. Hurt. Ready.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the 4th quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
70, Hawk 70.
Back to throw. Richardson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Elijah Arroyo from 3 yards out. And the Seahawks have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And that will make this a 19-point game. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far. And they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to...
Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. Fields going to change things up here.
Panthers first down. A gain of 11 on the
throw now on first down. To the left side, looked in by Horton. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. From just shy of midfield, here's a 2nd and 7.
At their 49-yard line.
Throwing again is Fields. Throw inside, complete. That's Horton. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 28. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now it's Fields. Incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
To throw is Fields. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. In motion goes the tight end. From the gun on 3rd down, Fields. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They'll try to run with Hall. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. A shotgun snap, Fields. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Torrey Horton with an amazing diving catch. And the Panthers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. The 4th quarter touchdown there, back to a 2-score game, but time is not their ally.
No, it's not, partner. They still have a pulse, but it's probably a little weak right now. A lot of things have to go right in these final 2 minutes plus for them. I think they have to be thinking onside kick here, and we know how difficult those are to recover.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
We'd have moved up from the 3 to the 2. You would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Now Fields. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Reed. And he's got a 1st down there after a gain of about 12 as the clock will stop right now for the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Here comes 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
To the air again, Fields. A quick throw there is incomplete.
And now the focus is really clear. They need to get that 1st down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
Hey, 5:51. 19 instruction.
Fields. He'll try and do this himself. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Where will the pressure come from? 4th and 6 now.
Hey, Ken. 319, right?
They snap it to Fields. That one caught. It's Horton. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Here's 1st and goal.
Here we go, Scott.
1st and goal.
222. Right?
Fields throwing again. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. He stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
A toss left side for Hall. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Carlson on for the PAT. And the lead will shrink to 6.
Makes the score Seahawks 38. Panthers 32.
Time definitely of the essence now, just under a minute to play, and here we go. And this is going to be taken in by the Seahawks. And it would appear they're on their way to victory now. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
Ready.
That one looks like he'll throw here. That's down the field. He's got a Royal. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. Wolf on now for the extra point. And the lead is now 13.
Makes the score Seahawks 45. Panthers 32.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The Seahawks, they are moving on as we say so long, everybody.
Chill, right on the side.